So, yeah, it is snowing, it snowed. So, guys, it is beautiful. Snow is on the ground, as you can see. Snow is on the ground. Uh, yeah, and it's cool and crisp, but it is beautiful. We have a beautiful sunshine going on here. Okay, so as I said, guys, especially when it's winter like this, if you come from a cold country, you're thinking about the weather, you're thinking about if you really want to live in this kind of weather for the rest of your life. Personally, it's not a problem for me, but I have option. So I'm thinking that I could migrate in the not so far future. All right, so here's what I'm thinking though. You want to go back home, especially say I'm a Jamaican and I would like to go back home. Nowadays, I'm really watching real estate in Jamaica, the lifestyle, the price, the many different options that you have. You could buy in gated community, you could buy land, and you could build. Okay, so how do you go about real estate, owning real estate in Jamaica? From what I can see, what I watch, and the information that I have, guys, it's not as cut and dried as you think. When you have a house in Jamaica, for instance, you migrate here, but then you have a place in Jamaica where your parents may pass down to you, or you already had a place there. It is much easier to go back and to start there with what you left. But if you don't, you have to be thinking about starting fresh, as if you're just going to live there. You have to think about how to go about this. For instance, you have to get pre-approved from the bank, whether here in Canada or there. It's good when you have real estate here and you can transition in from your real estate that you have here back to there. But what if you don't have a house here? How do you get a mortgage? What assets would you have to get a mortgage so you can buy a house in Jamaica? So I was watching this guy called Winthorpe. Thorpe is his YouTube channel, and he was saying if you're working here and you have a good salary, you can get pre-approved just as when you're going to buy a house for the first time, and you get a pre-approved. Yeah, so you don't have to really own a place here. Guys, I'm walking against the wind. I didn't want to go into the city. I wanted to go like west of me today. So it's quite windy. So yeah, you would have to get pre-approved just as when you are just starting and you get pre-approved to buy a house. So last summer I went to Jamaica and I was kind of exploring the idea. So I thought that, okay, a couple of years ago I went to Jamaica. I got my TRN card, so I had my TRN card, but I forgot my TRN card because, of course, I wasn't thinking of that until I went down there. And so I went into a bank, went into this bank, and before that, I told my husband to just shut everything, my PR card and everything, and send it to me. Okay, so when I brought everything into the bank, they said no, they want actual documents, not pictures of the documents. Even though I had my passport with my name, everything was matched up with the card that I had. But they said no, you have to come with actual documents. What I was gonna do is just to open a bank account in the NHD. Yeah, so take note. If you're thinking, and then you're thinking about the first step, which is to open a bank account, just start a banking transaction in the country, you have to have live papers, not snapshots. All right, that is number one. And I was kind of talking to the lady a little bit. She had some time, and asked her, what do you require as a returning resident to buy a house? It wasn't anything too hard. She said it's the normal process. Make sure you're pre-approved, and then you apply. You get your real estate person, and you have to have your down payment. And she said it can be tricky sometimes because they're prioritizing anyway the residents in Jamaica, which we know is not entirely true, because if you have your money, especially if you have a lot of money, and if you have you can just buy your house. And so that's the first step. So the other step, though, for me would be, how would I transition? Suppose I get up, I find myself with the money to buy a house. How would I do it? I'm not, especially now, I'm not retired yet. I don't want to retire, but I want to buy the house. So how would I do it? Would I just buy a house in Jamaica and leave it behind me for someone to take care of? How would you manage the house back there and the house here? These are the factors that you would have to take into consideration. So, from me, I think I should buy a house when I know that I'm going to actually go to live in the house. Because some of the houses that I'm thinking about in the gated communities, guys, you have to find out if you can Airbnb. Because a lot of us are thinking, okay, we can Airbnb our house if we're here, and we can have our house as an income property until we're ready to go back home. So, in that regard, if you're thinking of Airbnb in your house, make sure this division or subdivision that you're going, it is allowed, because some of them do not allow Airbnb in their division. Second, if you're having an Airbnb back home and you're here, how is it going to be maintained? Who is going to take care of the property? You know, it has to be cleaned. It has to be maintained so that the people who are going to rent your space, you know, they can have clean and a nice property. Those are the things that you have to take into consideration. Secondly, healthcare. Guys, I don't know. The healthcare situation in Jamaica is not, like, very bad. Very bad. If you're sick in Jamaica, emergency situation is very bad. From what I see, from what I learn about even my family members who got sick in Jamaica, go to hospitals, die waiting for assistance because either they're short of staff or people are there but they feel that you don't work their time because they're not getting pay to even bother with you. People can go into the hospital and just lay there and die. Sorry guys, it happened to me. It happened to my mother. It happened to my sister. You know, sickness that, small sickness, for instance, asthma. You have asthma, you go to the hospital, you need oxygen. You hear stories like, oh, there are oxygen tanks, but no oxygen in the tanks. So you have to be very mindful of healthcare. Some of us returning residents, when we go back home, well, I'm not a returning resident yet, but if I become a returning resident, some of those people who return, they do not give up their citizenship in Canada or America. They keep their citizenship so that every 6 months or every year, they can come back and get their health care, their health check and their health care. So I suggest you take that into consideration. All right? And mark you, I'm not saying there are not quality health care in Jamaica. You have quality health care in Jamaica. You have hospitals in Jamaica that are top notch. But you have to have the money. You have to know that it's very expensive for quality health care in Jamaica. Jamaica is a place where you can get anything you can get abroad. I'm telling you, I've gone to malls, shopping centers in Jamaica where make foreign country, Europe, look like joke. Quality places. You can get everything you want, you know, but it comes with the box. You have to have money. All right? I'm just telling you how to look at it. Fourthly, the next thing, crime. Guys, crime are everywhere. You know, there's nowhere in the world where there's no crime. But the problem that I see in Jamaica is that crimes that are reported, you don't see how somebody can commit a crime right in front of everybody's eyes. They have a lot of evidence, and yet you hear that, oh, them killed so and so last night. Who killed so and so last night? You mean to tell me that there is no fingerprints, evidence, even when people see people commit crime, you hear that? If the person even get arrested or persons even get arrested, you know, the next thing you know, oh, they don't have no evidence. You know, they don't have no evidence and the person is out walking. I know that for the past They said, let me get this statistic right, the report right. I think they said in the last 5 years, crime went down in Jamaica a lot. I think the law, the lawmen are doing a fantastic job. They're trying their best, but there's still some question, some very tricky situation, right? So I know that sometimes if you don't go looking for trouble, trouble won't find you. But then again, sometimes you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time. So going back home, you have to be very careful who you're associating with. You have to be careful where you're living. You can't just pick a community and go there to live some places, because you have to be known in the community. Jamaican people are the best. They are some of the best people around the world, especially when they know you travel. They will take care of you. I think when you're a tourist in Jamaica, you're better protected than when you're a local. Crime on locals, to me, seem to be more prevalent. So yeah, just take precaution, guys. But trust me, real estate in Jamaica are booming. And you know what I like is the way they're building. When you see those houses, oh my goodness, when you see the materials, when you see the inside of those houses, the kind of granite tabletop kitchen counters, gosh, air conditioned, the way they build is just good, like top notch. You know, some places in Canada and America cannot walk no way near how they're building in Jamaica. Oh gosh, the beaches, woo, the rivers. And I come from Jamaica, you know, but there are a lot of places in Jamaica that I don't know. It's like just watching other people traveling to Jamaica and showcasing Jamaica. That makes you feel so good, make you feel so proud of your country. One of the things though that I notice in Jamaica, when you're watching Jamaica on film, when people are vlogging and you're watching Jamaica on film, there's no pride in Jamaica where garbage, people and their garbage is concerned. Yeah. When I look at other Caribbean islands, Jamaica is doing very poorly when it comes on to garbage control. Guys, I'm begging you, do better with your garbage. Jamaica is so dirty, you know. Jamaican people look like they don't have any pride anymore in their country. You know that Jamaica was one of the cleanest country on earth a long time ago. Jamaica was actually in the news that we are the cleanest country on earth. Yeah, when it comes to that, we need to improve. And infrastructure, guys, the roads, oh my God. Apart from the highway, the roads are not good. So I don't know if it's like the government kind of neglecting the local roads, you know. So encourage your government, guys. Encourage them to look after your roads. You're paying your taxes. You're doing your best. You're building. But it seems like it's only the people that are putting out the effort to make the country beautiful and make it what it is. So encourage your government to fix your roads, and I'm encouraging you people, when you eat and drink, don't throw the garbage on the road, guys. But apart from that, yes, all I'm thinking right now is real estate back home, going back home, retiring, going home to live, to relax, and to enjoy my country. And you don't want to stay when you're too old and shaky. You want to go when you can go out and enjoy the hills, the mountains, the rivers, the beaches, you know, having good food. You know, that's the time you want to go back. And go back with the attitude to build your country. Go back to contribute positively to your country. You know, we have our children here, and we want them to feel a sense of pride and joy in where we come from. Not true? Yes, man. I don't know if I'm about halfway in my walk yet, but that is a topic I want to discuss. You know, I can be homesick at times, and I told you, I love where I am right now. I love this country. It's beautiful, but this is not my home. This is not where I belong. You know, you leave where you're coming from and you come to these places with the intention to better your life. And you know, when you're tired of it and when you want a well-adjusted life, go back, man, to your country. Go back to the West Indies, to Africa, and go build. You know, we remember that our forefathers were taken away by force. Let me clean my camera. It's very foggy. Oh gosh, really foggy. Yes, guys, that's how it is when it's cold. You can't do too much. But anyway, yeah, go back and build your country and get some sunshine, some warm seawater in your legs, you know, peace of mind. Enjoy the beautiful fresh fruits and vegetables that are there. Guys, talking about fruit and vegetables, you know, and I'm talking about Jamaica, for a country that we're known for wood and water, land and seas. Fruit and vegetable are very, very expensive, guys. Oh, I tell you, what I noticed, there are lots of imports going on. So, I don't know what's going on with the farmers. Oh gosh, seems as if my camera is so, sorry guys, trying to just clean the camera. Whew. Anyway, there's not much I can do. Coming out like a shadow, but alright. Yeah, there's not much I can do. Yeah, so guys, food and vegetable are very expensive. I think we need to do better. I think the government need to find a way to empower the farmers in our country. You know, we are a third world country, I think, just because we cannot feed our people. Jamaica, a country who cannot feed their people, is a third world country indeed. You know, if you're in a country and you have to be importing food from other countries, when you go to the market, most of the vegetables, a lot of them, I can say, the ripe bananas, the pineapples, tomatoes, onions, you name it, fruit and vegetable and spice are imported. So that's what drives the prices so high. We can hardly afford to buy food, to buy vegetables. And as I say again, a government that cannot feed their people. If you cannot feed your people, that's when you are really a third world country. A country that's supposed to have food. We have so many natural resources, but we cannot afford to buy food. That's not good. So that is another thing that I wish Jamaica can improve on. So this is my little take on, just going back home. How I'm thinking that I would love to really go back to my country because it's beautiful, but is it affordable? How do you go about it? Can you trust the process, the crime, health care, and all of those things? So those are the things that I think you should be mindful of if you're thinking about going back home. All right? So guys, I think I will finish vlogging from here because my camera is so foggy. I try to clean it, but the cold air is giving it a bad rap. It's not showing so good. So guys, thank you for walking with me, for having this conversation with me. If you have an opinion, just write it in the comments. And again, have a blessed day. Enjoy your rice and peas and your chicken, and enjoy your veggies too. And I will catch you in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Mwah.